So what do you think about identities on these networks and protocols that we have already talked about? People need
the notion of identity is a really important one on the internet, right? The key insight that we have used is that everyone is really a sovereign identity, a self-sovereign identity. In other words, only the person or company or entity that is certain something or someone knows who they are, and any other way to certify this is through some sort of a social proof, like if I'm showing you my Facebook ID or my LinkedIn ID or whatever, these are still me, but I'm going to use Facebook to show you who I am, because it's both an authority and a profile and reputation and all these things, right? So the notion of identity is only with respect to someone else. Like, I don't need to know who I am. I already know who I am. It's only to show to somebody else and prove it do I need the notion of identity, right?
Okay.
In other words, I need to show them, and then I need to verify who you are, right? Because I already know who I am. So it's really that ability to take myself and then verify my identity for the purpose of another. That's the identity protocol.
Okay, and it interacts with different networks on different nodes. Like you have your identity for a specific network or for a specific thing, and then these can interact with other networks as well if we are following universal protocol.
Absolutely. So the universe, as we have laid it out, is a network of networks, right? It's a tangle today, which is a web, basically. Today, it's all interconnected in a way that you can't really tease out who owns what data, or in fact, most users don't own their data on the internet, right? And so on. So on the real internet, or on the actual internet, like we call it, or Internet 3.0, maybe, hopefully, this is going to change. Every node on the network will act independently. That's what I mean by self-sovereign. I am myself at all times. And wherever I go, whichever network I go, I'm still myself. But in this network, that network grants me identity, and I participate, but I still own my data, and I still, do whatever I want to do in a sovereign manner. This is total disintermediation of the node and the network, right? Because there is no network. There are only nodes. There are only people. And these people, you and I, do everything on all the different networks. And we create those networks by our activity with each other.
So just to draw parallels among reality, an identity could mean like an individual behaving as an employee in a work environment, as a son or a father or a husband in a family environment, or like this will be, these environment will act like different networks, and the identity will still be the same, and the person will still
but
remain
it is
the
also
same.
Different, you see.
It
so
is
the
also
identities different. Yes. So the same individual or the same me, that's why it's called awake me, the protocol, right? The me is always me. Wherever I go, if I ask anybody, who are you? They will say, I'm me. So you're always me. But the identity question depends on the network. Am I a dad or an employee is a question of who is asking me this.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So the network defines the identity, and my participation in that network is a sovereign activity. I decide to participate. Today, it is more of a, if you walk in the door, you're letting go of all your rights, and then now you're in the mercy of something else, right? But here, it is a self-sovereign, independent network. All people and all entities are independent. We empower that, and they interact with each other in a peer-to-peer manner, in a self-sovereign manner. And for this, the notion of identity is important only in the network within which they operate. And then identity can come from other authorities that the network accepts. For example, the network will say, I accept Facebook ID to, come in the door. I mean, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions after that and really prove other aspects of who you are. But coming in the door, I'm chill with you, telling me that you're so-and-so on Facebook, because I can look that up and I can see, I can draw my conclusions from it. So it's all about what we as a group or network or community decide is the protocol, right? And included in that network protocol is the question of what identities will I accept, which is how will I behave with respect to identity, or what is the identity protocol of this network protocol?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
And
so what is it that the whole world becomes a network of networks, and the way it operates is really a protocol of protocols.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and
you have these multiple protocols. Yeah.
Right. So it's all about how do I connect with my peers, and how do I connect with my, XYZ, and how do I behave, and what is the etiquette, and how should I do the things, and blah, blah, blah. And that's the protocol. If you don't follow proper protocol, things don't happen.
Yeah.
Right. But if you follow proper protocol, everything happens.
Yeah, definitely.